Hi, dear colleagues. Welcome to the City College Downtown Division of Interdisciplinary Studies, also known as CWE, Center for Worker Education, training sessions on how to teach your classes and provide services to your students using CUNY Blackboard video conference software. Today is March 13. This is the agenda that we will cover. Let me introduce myself. My name is Carlos Aguasaco. I am an associate professor of Latin American Cultural Studies and acting chair of this department. There is my contact information. Feel free to email me, or it's better for via email. I am not always at the office. The purpose of this video is to show you exactly how I proceed to log in into Blackboard and make my course available. And I will also make this video to show people how to set up the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra video conference system. The first thing I need to do is log in into CUNY first. I am sharing with you my screen. The first thing I do is I go to Google. That's what I use, CUNY first, and then I click on CUNY first. My CUNY first account is already in, so I'm going to log out before I can show you. I'm going to sign out before I can show you what to do. One more time. Again, I Google CUNY first, and then when I find CUNY first, I click on it, and it will display my CUNY first screen. There you will see my username is already in and my password is already in. So when I click in login, let's see what happens. It is taking me to Campus Solutions. I usually have to do this a couple of times before I get to where I want to go. I want to go to Blackboard. So when I get this screen, with the list of pages, what I do is I click on Blackboard. I log in on Blackboard, and this is my Blackboard screen. Now to the left, I see my courses, and I'm looking for the courses that I am teaching this semester, and I'm teaching 2 independent studies this semester. I'm using my release time, but let's work on this first independent study. When I click on the independent study class, I get into the Blackboard for that specific class. There are 2 things I like to recommend. You have to make sure that the edit mode is on. Where do you find the edit mode? Is to the upper right side. This button that you see here is the edit mode. If you leave it off, you will not be able to make changes. If you turn it on, you will be able to make changes. Then you have to make sure that your class is available. How do you make your class available? You go to the left, scroll down, and right here where it says customization, you click there, and then 2 steps down you get properties. You have to click on properties. Once you click on properties, your course name is displayed, a description of your course. You have to keep scrolling down, and right in the middle you get this set availability. If you have not made your class available, it would be marked no. However, you have to click yes to make it available, and then you have to decide the course duration. I am making it continuous. Why? Because this way my students and I can access this on a continuous basis. They can check the system later on. Maybe I want to come back to this class in the fall and double check what I did here, and it's okay to leave it as a continuous class. However, if you wish, you can set up the specific dates for the class, the 15 weeks within the semester, or the summer session, or any session you're teaching. Then you select the language pack and all the other information. Before leaving, you have to click submit. If you do not click submit, your class will not be available. You need to make your class available so the students can access the information. So I click submit. Now, now that it has been granted, my next goal today is to show you how to use Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, which is the tool that we are using for video conference experiences. And that's the closest you can get to having the classroom experience with your students. There are other things that you need to learn from Blackboard, and I might do other videos to show you that. But today, my main goal is to teach you how to log in into Blackboard, how to make your class available, and then how to set up the session with Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. Then, after you have made your class available or confirmed that it is available already, you have to go to the control panel and look for course tools. You see the course tools is 1, 2, 3 steps down. You click there, and this menu will display. And then, again, to the left of your screen, I hope you're seeing my little hand here, my pointer, you get achievements, announcements, and then Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. You have to click there, click on Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, and what you get is this, okay? As you can see, you get Blackboard Collaborate Ultra on the top, and then sessions right in the middle. The course room is available, but I have no sessions scheduled now. I'm going to create one just to show you how it works. You just have to click on Create Session, and then right here to the right, a menu displays that allows you to give it a name. I will call it the video sample session. Okay, and I will then I have to wait a little bit, and what you find is that this is displayed. You get a number, an anonymous dial-in number with a pin, and you also get a guest access link. If you unclick this, only people who have access to Blackboard and to your class will be able to join your class. However, in this transition, in this moment of transition from face-to-face to distance learning, I am using the guest access link. Why? It allows people to log in into your video conference regardless of whether they have or not a Blackboard account. And sometimes the students have difficulties with Blackboard. Sometimes the students are transferring from other universities, from other CUNY units, and they are yet to be linked to your specific Blackboard account. Therefore, it is my advice to use the guest access link as we become more familiar with this system. Later, you have to decide whether the class will be when it is going to take place, the video conference. I'm going to say that it is going to start today at 10:20, and that it is going to end. I'm gonna say that it is going to end at today as well at noon. Now, there are other two options that you could choose. You could also choose either to say no end, and a no end session means that the session is always there, and people just have to use the same link every single time. For my practice, as you have noticed, those of you who have been using my emails, I am using a no end open session. Why? That way, people do not need to use another link and another PIN number or anything else. They just need to have the same link I've been using for the last 6 sessions. Today we're going to have 7 and 8. I am using the same link all the time. However, if you want, you can actually repeat it and schedule, the session to be repeated on a continuous basis every week within the time the course takes place. Those options you need to decide by yourself. Okay, I'm going to leave it as a no end open session, and I have the right to allow people to log in early. I will allow people to log in for 30 minutes before. For those of you who wish to do office hours, my advice is to allow people to log in either 45 minutes before or 60 minutes before, and make yourself available within that time frame so people can contact you directly. Okay, again, I'm going to make it 30 minutes before. Then you can decide what the next point is, decide what role people have. Okay, there are three different roles. You have participants, presenters, and moderators. As the instructor of record, you are by default a moderator. However, sometimes you have students doing presentations or guest speakers, so you can grant them presenter access or participant access. Now, in my experience, it is better to begin with participant access. Why? Because you can later change it as needed. Now, right here, you have to decide whether you will allow people to record or download your videos. I am doing so as well. If you want to make the conversations anonymous, that is your option. I'm going to leave it open. If you're going to decide whose picture is shown, okay, and what participants can do. Listen, in my experience working with City College professors and with CUNY professors at large, I have noticed that initially people have a tendency to play with the audio and with the video and with the chat, and they draw on the whiteboards and files. I strongly recommend you not to allow the students to draw on the whiteboards and files. Yet, you could allow them to share their videos, maybe to share their audio, or maybe to post on chat messages. Again, that is your decision, and that is part of your classroom control. And then I usually allow people to call in the phone. Why? Because sometimes the audio in the computer doesn't work, so people use a phone to communicate with the video conference. And then this is a very important area. Okay, would you like to allow the participants to chat only with you, or would you like the moderators to supervise all private chats? If you click here, you will be able to see everybody's private chats. If you click here, you will only allow them to chat with you as the instructor, as the moderator. But I don't for this class session, I will leave it open. However, if when teaching your class, you might want only to allow the students to chat with you, or you might want to ask this. You might want to see what the students are telling each other. Okay, is that clear? Fine. Now, then you save the session, and then the session becomes available, as you can see. When you click on the session, this information will be displayed to the right. Now, this number and this link are very important for you. Why? At this point, you need to decide what are you going to do with to communicate with your students. There are different ways to communicate with your students. You can either email them using Blackboard, which is a different video, which is a different instruction. We will have it in another moment. You can either use CUNY First to communicate with them, or you can use your institutional email and send an email to them. From my perspective, that is your choice. I am going to show you how to proceed with this outside of Blackboard, which is what I have been doing using my institutional email. Okay, that's the first thing. Then first I go to my email, and then I click new email. I usually email myself, Carlos Aguasaco, and then since I don't want people to see each other emails, I do BCC, blind carbon copy, and I will send this email to Professor Mercado. Professor Mercado is in Mercado, and I'm going to send it to Professor Santos. Okay, and the subject is, this is a test. This is better. Let's make it, this is our link to the video conference. This is our link to the video conference. And then what I do is I go to Blackboard, and right here, you see the little two squares? I copy that. You click there, and that is copied. I come to my screen, and then right click and paste it. That is the link. This is the link for our session on March 13 at, I'm gonna give it another any time, 10 a.m. You can do this in advance, obviously. When you set up your class, don't do it the same day. Take a couple of, take some time and do it in advance. And finally, if people need to call in, I would copy it. You come right here, these little two squares to the right, you can you use them to copy. Then so you click here and copy that. Sorry, I'm going to do it again. Copy. And then right here, you click on the on your email, right click, and then paste. Okay. This, if your audio does not work, please use this number and pin to call in. Okay. So when your colleagues or when your students want to join you, they just have to use this link to click on it, and if their audio is not working, they can always call this number and use this pin to get into the video conference audio call. Now, there is something that you need to know is that this specific link and this specific pin is only for the session that you had set up. So if you want to, if you're teaching more than one class, you need to create more than one session. Okay, fine. And then you have to click send. That's it. I get my own email. When I get the email, this is what is displayed. Okay, and how do people get into my session? They just have to click in the link that I send them, and it has to take them to Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, which is what it is doing. Then you have to type your name as a guest. This I'm gonna call myself by my middle name, Eduardo. And then just click here to join the session. I am not going to join the session because I am already in the session. But yeah, let's do it anyway. Let's see what happens. It says the video sample session, which is the name that I gave it, and it says welcome. You are the only one in the room. Once you are in the room, you have to wait for other people. There are two things that you need to remember at this time. First, if you click to the lower right end, you get this lavender sign with these two arrows. Two arrows pointing to the left. If you click there, you shall see a panel. Okay, in this panel you have four icons: the chat button right here, the bubble. You have the attendees or the participants. You have the share content button, and you have my settings button. That will be discussed later. At this point, there are things I want you to know. First, if you click in the audio right here in this microphone, the lower end of the screen, the first thing you see is a little person with a check mark. That is yourself. Then you have the microphone. If you click there, it is going to allow the audio from your microphone to be heard. If you don't want people to hear what you're saying or what is going around you, what is going on around you, you just have to click again, and then the audio is mute. Then you have to share the video. You have to click here. I don't know if my video is going to work because I am already using my camera for this demonstration. But if you click there, it is going. Oh, it is working. If you click there, you have to authorize the system to share the video from your computer. So I am sharing my video and people can see me here. Now, when the class is going on, as a participant, if you want to raise your hand, you click here and your instructor will immediately see in real time that you have a question or something to say. Now at this point, I like to go to the upper left corner of the screen, open the session, okay, and show you that to leave the session you just have to go to the very bottom and click leave. This is what I have showed you at this point. This is the experience that people who receive your email with the link and the phone number will have. The experience from the other end, the experience as a moderator is different, and I will show you that in a moment. 1 second. And you have to give it a grade. I am not going to give it any grade. Now I am off, okay? Then when I am, I'm going to leave my session, okay? So far, we have learned the following. We have learned how to log in into Blackboard first, how to make our course available, how to create a session using Blackboard Collaborate Ultra, how to copy the link and email it to potential participants if you choose to do so. Again, as I said before, you have the option of using Blackboard for to email your students, but that is a different video. And you also have the option of using CUNY first. Now let me show you what is the experience from the instructor's perspective. I am going to log in into my other session, the session that I have scheduled for today. This is another independent study. Remember, to the left of the screen, you'll have your your list of courses. And then I go, as I said before, since my class is available, I'm going to make sure that it is available. I go to properties, and there you go, it is available. So since my class is available, it means that people get to see what I have to say. And my edit mode is on. It means that any change I make, it is going to remain in Blackboard. Now I'll go to course tools again, to the left, course tools. I click there and go 2 steps down, achievements, announcements, and Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. When I click there, I see the sessions that I have set up, and I have a session created, which is the video sample session. So if I click there, I have the option of joining the session. Now in this case, I am joining not as a participant, but as the moderator. Again, I am the moderator. And it gives me several options. First, I'm going to share my audio, as I said. At the bottom of the screen, you see the microphone. I am sharing my audio. I'm going to share my video camera. Hi, should be twice on the screen right now. I have to click share video. And then to the lower right end, I see the Open Collaborate panel. I see that no one is right here. Okay. I will proceed to prepare my class. Since my class is yet to start, I'm going to share some files. I will go here and say share files. And I'm going to add one file, which is my please excuse the mess in my desktop. I have a PowerPoint ready for this, which is the agenda. So I'm going to click it. It is as easy as uploading an attachment to an email. This is a good time to see that you have the option of either sharing PowerPoints, PDFs, or images. The system is converting this to make it compatible with Blackboard Collaborate. Let's see how much time it takes into converting the file. This is why it is important to make sure that you log in into your session before it begins. This is equivalent to your class prep. While it converts, I am going to do something else. I'm going to go to the top left and show you these 3 horizontal lines. Those 3 horizontal lines are a menu that we will visit in a moment. Okay, 1 second. Let's go back. It finished the conversion. If I want people to see what I have uploaded, I have to come down where it says share now. That is the only way people will see what I have uploaded. Okay, so I have decided to share it now, and it displays the 3 slices that I have slides that I uploaded. So I'm gonna click here, and then people see. Everyone will be seeing what I have in my slides. Now this video is getting too long, so I'm going to add only one thing before I finish. Again, this is the first of many videos that I hope I will be able to set up. Go to the upper left corner, and since I am the moderator, since I am the one who's the instructor, I have the right and the capacity to start recording the session. So I click start recording, and now this video is being recorded. I am recording this sample, this video sample, and if at any time I feel like what is about to happen in the class shouldn't be recorded because it is time consuming or is not as relevant as the lecture, I go back and then I stop recording. And the system will in a couple of hours after I finish my class, I will be able to locate the recordings. Now I'm going to leave the session. And that is all right now, and that's all I wanted to show you in this first video. I am going to stop recording. What you'll see right now is my screen, and I am using a different system because I happen to enjoy making videos.